Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:01 a.m. and you're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Thursday. It's almost Friday. And before we get into the weekend, information, knowledge, events, and different things are what we need to get ready with. And I have Jerria Donelson with me today. She is the director of Housing Counseling Services for the Neighbor Project. Good. How you feeling?
Good. Okay. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, it's cool having your coworker on
On your show. Right.
Like I haven't met you before.
Right.
Anyway, we got something really cool to tell you guys about today. It's going to be the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo, which is happening on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. It's going to be at the Prisco Center from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event is free. It's open to the public. The flyer is already out on the Neighbor Project's Facebook page and Instagram and YouTube page. Jerria, let's talk about the event.
Yeah.
And as we talk about this, I do want to talk. How does this fit into the overall outlook and growth of the Neighbor Project?
Yeah. This is I believe this is our fourth year doing it, fourth or fifth annual event, and I'm really excited about this year. Traditionally, we've always focused kind of on homeownership and things like that, which is definitely important. But this year, we felt that hearing back from the community and what they wanted to see, we wanted to honor the spirit of entrepreneurship. We know that in our city, we have a lot of businesses and a lot of those small businesses. And a lot of those businesses, you know, that is their income. That is what how they created their wealth. And we really want to try to help people get to that next level, you know, how to build on that. So, you know, we want to make sure that we're giving people resources and things like that so that they can thrive off of that, you know. I know myself, I remember my mom. She was a business owner. She had her own salon, you know, and I remember her keeping receipts and, you know, making sure that she had that money so that went to pay the mortgage and to do the growth, you know. So people are not just having small businesses just to do something. Like, we're trying to make a living. We're trying to grow our families and raise our families and support our dreams. So this expo, and the thing I love about the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo, it's not about us going and getting information, but it's about us displaying great excellence and letting the community know what's already in the community and what the resources are and what the businesses are. So it ties in with the Neighbor Project, because the Neighbor Project is all about showing what we already have. We're not here to reinvent the wheel or recreate things. We're here to show you this is what you have. And we just want to uplift it and grow and empower it with you. So
We're kind of like Armor All.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's like you already got a tire, put some shine on
it. Shine that thing.
Shine it up.
Right.
You know, hit it with the... I used to work at a car wash back in the day.
Dad on Saturday mornings, he was not playing get up and get them tires.
Of course. So this is the, once again, the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo, which is going to be at the Prisco Center. And it's just one of many events that are coming up during this year as well. Now, before the microphones came on, you were mentioning that there is an advisory board.
Thank you for doing the work in the community and being very intentional about doing work in the community. And when I say that, working with community leaders, churches, and other non-for-profit organizations, we will also be highlighting and introducing the African American Homeownership Club at the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo. And what this is, it is a group that is dedicated to preserving the wealth of the homeowner, with the intention of especially the wealth of the Black homeowner, but all are welcome. Anybody is welcome to be part of this organization, and they'll focus on issues and things that the homeowner will face. But it's also a mentoring program. So the members of this group will take those who are looking to be homeowners kind of under their wing and kind of guide them through that process of like what homeownership looks like, attending the workshops. Some of the workshops we have planned are like, you know, how to winterize your home, or understanding property taxes, different things like that a homeowner would face. So really excited about that. So those will be one of the organizations that we'll be highlighting at the expo.
Okay. Yeah. The time is 9:06 a.m. Good morning if you're just joining us. We are here with Jerria Donelson from the Neighbor Project to talk about one of many great upcoming events with the organization. That's the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo, which will be February 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's going to be held at the Prisco Center. Now, there's also, in addition to that being held at the Prisco Center, There's also going to be a few, shooting ahead a little bit. There's also Neighbor Works Week.
Yes.
Neighbor Works Week, which is also encompassed Everlasting Word Church and some other different aspects of the Neighbor Project, Customer Service Center. Talk about that a little bit. I mean, I know that's a summer event.
Yeah.
But let's kind of.
Yeah. Neighbor Works Week is done at the Customer Service Center. Last year we kind of blocked off the street, and we had the party in the street, almost like that Lionel Richie video all night long. We were in the streets.
Oh yeah.
Right, but we had that's to honor the June is National Homeownership Month. So we do activities to really promote that awareness and financial literacy.
Sure.
But the Community Day, that's exactly what it is. I think we had a taco truck. We had food. We had different organizations come out, lender partners come out. So, and we also had our small businesses as well. We had I think it was a bouncy house, things for the kids. We had a DJ. So it's really about celebrating and getting information that you need wherever you're at on your financial journey. So, and that also is a free event. It's at the Customer Service Center, which is at 22 North Highland, which is active now. It's a satellite office for the Neighbor Project. If you're not able to make it to the downtown office, you can come to the satellite office, which that information is also on our website.
Right. It's at the intersection of New York and Highland on Aurora's west side. It's a really great place, and as you guys have seen in some of the reels and videos and pictures that we've done, it's a nice welcoming place for everybody to come and take part at. Now, NeighborWorks is our larger organization, congressional made organization.
Absolutely.
So when you guys see the hashtag NeighborWorks, that's what that means. But go ahead and click that hashtag as well. Learn about some of the different housing opportunities, different resources for homeowners and things like that come down and filter their way here locally. Tracy Duran is here. Good morning to you, Tracy Duran. Josue Pais is here. Good morning, Josue Pais. Daniel Calderon is here. And Aaron Rodriguez is here as well. Good morning to all of you great people out there. So how long have you been an employee at the Neighbor Project?
Ooh, I know I don't look like it because I look so young, but April will be 25 years.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Right.
What are some of the big changes that you've seen, not just with the organization, but with the city in that 25 years?
Yeah. That's a great question. So within the 25 years, I definitely have seen opportunities. And just not even with home ownership, but just financially being able to stabilize yourself in whatever you want to do.
Sure.
There's more opportunities now. I think that our city has definitely we're acting like the second largest city. So I feel it now. I think earlier years we still had that small town feel, which we do. If you're from Aurora, you feel like everybody knows everybody.
Right.
But I really feel like we're that big city now, and just everything that we have to offer, whatever you're looking for, is here in the city. And we have so many great resources and so many good things. So I can see the prosperity that has really happened over my career. So,
in your time doing what as well with the Neighbor Project, how would you explain, or how would you kind of characterize the level of knowledge of home ownership, or what it entails, or different things like that, as it exists in the community? Do most people who come to the events, and we've got a partner here too, Aaron Rodriguez as well, so we know what we're talking about here.
Absolutely.
Do most people come to events with an idea of the home buying process, what they need to do, and they want some information to get over the hump? Or do people come there who are a novice? They have no information at all. They don't know where to start, so they are completely without that and looking for that guidance. What kind of people are we meeting?
That's a great question. And actually what I have found is that people who think that they don't know anything about the process actually have they have some knowledge of it.
Sure.
And so they do come to us looking for that extra step. And what I'm seeing now is that the knowledge is out there. People do have access to, there's tons of access to the knowledge, but we're still looking for that hand holding, that guiding me through that process and making sure that I have access to those resources. So, you asked the question earlier, like what it looked like. So back in the day, like 10 or so years ago, debt was really the issue, so, and credit and things like that. Now we have new products where your debt and your credit may not necessarily be a barrier like it was back then. So people have somewhat of an understanding, but I I think what's really missing is people don't believe that they can achieve this dream. And so that's what's really key for the Neighbor Project, making sure that we're educating you, we're encouraging you, and letting you know you can achieve this.
Right.
And adding to the knowledge that people already have. I really feel like most people come to us with a basis. That's why you reached out to us and you found out about us. The Neighbor Project isn't really something that you kind of stumble upon. You were looking for something, and then we popped up. Like you Googled how to buy a home in this, or how to avoid foreclosure, or whatever, and then we popped up. So there was some type of something that caused you to get on this path.
Right.
So, and we're just here to add to that you have. So a lot of times when people say, I don't know where to start, or what have you, I'm like, well, you started. You've already took the first step.
Right.
That's why you found me. And I always tell people, a lot of times help doesn't find you. A lot of times you have to find help. So if something comes to you and it's like, oh, I wasn't even looking for you. You could buy this house with no money down. And just to let people know, the government is not giving anybody down payment assistance. So if you're getting that letter in the mail that says, oh, the government has money for you,
no,
they don't.
No.
Right. The government's trying to pay their own bills. So there's no money out there for you. So, and all of our services, they're free. And when we pull your credit and things like that, that's a soft pull. So it's not going against your credit or anything like that. So why wouldn't you start with your local HUD-approved counseling agency? That's what we're here for, to take those what ifs off of your plate and to really give you a clear understanding. This is what your financial picture looks like today, and this is where we can get you at tomorrow, whatever it is. If it's home ownership, if it's getting your credit together, if it's understanding the budget, whatever it is, we can help you with that.
All right. The time is 9:13 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Juan Manuel Espinoza is here. Good morning to you, Juan Manuel Espinoza. He's a great photographer, videographer, and all-around cool guy. Thanks for watching the show. Now, in addition to everything we just talked about, free services, including down payment assistance and just those resources and the access to it, there's also a series of workshops that you guys have done. You've done them with Aaron Rodriguez, and you continue to do them. Are they on a regular basis?
Yeah, they will be picking back up in March, and actually Aaron will be he'll be our first one. Okay. But it's your home buying team, and so that's where we introduce you to the realtor, the home inspector, the attorney, the loan officer. I think I'm missing somebody. Insurance agent. Everybody who you need to. Everybody who's part of the home buying transaction, basically. Right. And those are held at the Customer Service Center. Typically, I think it's like the fourth week of the month or so. But yeah, and those are free for everybody. And that is really where you were talking about, the person who's like, where do I start, or what have you. That would probably be a great workshop to start. And each month is different. We have different lenders, different partners who participate in that. So the city of Aurora will come. They'll talk about their programs that they have. Adam is normally really good about attending those things. So yeah.
Right. Good. Well, it's not an accident why I asked that question. It's not an accident why I keep using, and we keep talking about this guy, Aaron Rodriguez.
Right.
I mean, there's a purpose for that. Aaron Rodriguez is a realtor, and he's been a big asset to the Neighbor Project. Absolutely. And everything that we're trying to do. Not just Aaron Rodriguez, but the different partner networks and organizations and lenders, like you said, lenders, bankers, all the people are an asset to us. So after today's program with Jerria here at 9:30 on Buenos Dias, Aurora, the second largest city's first bilingual news program, Aaron Rodriguez has established his own program called State of the Market, Estado del Mercado.
Come on with the Spanish. Come on now.
Come on. If y'all need any help with the Spanish, holler at me. I can do that for you.
With the Spanish,
I can do that for you. But the same information that we're talking about to help you or your household in Spanish is available as well. So once again, if you come to any Neighbor Project event, you will get what I feel, and I know you feel, is a well-rounded experience when it comes to information and what you should do, what you should not do, what may not be the best thing to do, what to do with your tax money.
Yes. Don't get the TV, please.
I mean, come on.
Yes.
Right?
How many TVs do you need? Come on. Yeah.
I mean, if you already got flat screens in multiple rooms.
The basement has 5. Come on.
Then that's cool. Right? but it is what the Neighbor Project does is offers a different experience when it comes to that knowledge and information. Anyway, 9:16 is the time. So let's look at, it's kind of difficult to do it with you because we were just on the same staff meeting. So it's like, We don't want to give away too much, but
Closing the Gap.
Closing the Gap grant.
We did jump. Right.
I was wondering, like,
right.
what should we not talk about?
Right.
What did Rick
right.
say? Don't hold up.
Right.
But yes, let's talk about the Closing the Gap grant. Important information, which is on our social media.
Yes. The Closing the Gap grant it launched last year officially, and that is a program that is dedicated to closing the wealth gap that is in our community. Unfortunately, the Black and African American community is still one of the lowest homeownership rate in our community. So to overcome that barrier, it is offered to home buyers of Black, African American, or Caribbean descent, and it's down payment assistance anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000, depending how long the person is in the program or what have you. But they will receive financial literacy, home buyer education, things like that, and then when they're ready to purchase a home, they will get access to that down payment assistance, which can be layered with other down payment things. So as of today, and actually Monday, I have a closing on the fourth home buyer, I believe, under that program. So
great stuff.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about credit. Let's talk about credit because on the sidelines of some events, your events, Aaron's events, my events, just events I've attended rather. People are. They have questions. They ask us questions. They pull us to the side. They say, hey, they don't come to the workshops.
Right. Yeah.
They don't come to the workshops.
Yeah.
The workshop may be a little bit much for them.
Absolutely. Understand that.
But they still have those questionable information. And one of the questions that people ask me a lot is, hey, listen, can you tell me a little bit about credit, how it works?
Absolutely.
I know you've gotten that question. I know Aaron has too.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about credit. What makes up a credit score, and just some basic information that people should know about credit. Time is 9:19.
Yeah. The one thing about credit, I always tell people, it depends on what you're trying to do. Too. And then the credit that we all have access to as far as when you look at a credit card and it says this won't impact you. So that's your consumer score. There's thousands of models of consumer scores. You cannot take your Credit Karma and go to Dodge dealership and get a car.
Right.
Typically, those consumer scores, those soft impact, typically they can be anywhere from 20 to 40 points off of your hard pull number. Yeah. But it's a good tool to use to guide. Plus, it's a good tool to monitor and make sure that the identity theft. So there are only 3 credit bureaus. So if anybody's telling you there's any other credit, there are only 3 credit bureaus, which are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion.
Right.
And those are, and if you're going for a mortgage, they use a completely different credit system than the consumer credit scoring. If you're going for a car, they use a different credit score. So when we talk about crediting score models, I mean, there's literally thousands upon thousands. So it all depends on what you're trying to do, what your needs are. But typically, what's most important about credit is that you want to make sure that you're current. That's what makes up your credit score. And sometimes people drive themselves a little crazy with wondering what your score can literally change every minute because it's based off of a formula of everybody in your age group, in your price range, or with your income at a certain point in time in the country. So literally my credit score can change the next minute because it's based off of statistics and data. So so you drive yourself crazy trying to figure out the formula.
Right.
But most importantly, make sure that you're remaining current on your payments, that you're not overextending yourself. So I always say for every $100 that you're allowed in credit, don't go over $30. Once you go over $30, even if you're paying it on time, that's going to start dragging your score. So you want to keep that $100 in this example, that $100, you want to keep that under 30. And then do not co-sign for people. That's how you get yourself into trouble. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to protect your credit. You got to treat it like it's your everything. When you have financial goals for yourself, even if homeownership isn't your goal, if you want to open up your own business, if you want to get a student loan or whatever, insurance, you know, your credit really does a lot. So you really want to protect it and guard it in mind. So most importantly, making your on-time payments. Don't overextend yourself. Those inquiries, they do last for 2 years. Don't have your credit checked if you don't need to. You're getting $15 off at Old Navy. I mean,
right.
But that's going to impact you for 3 years. So,
right.
you know, count up the cost. So, and there's so many tools and things out there to really help you see the true cost of credit and our services. We have the FEC, the Financial Empowerment, where they do a lot of unsecured credit and education and things like that. So they can really help you understand, which card might be the best for you. So,
right. Yeah. And how can people get in contact with you?
I'm at the Neighbor Project at 630-906-9400. My email is Jerria, which I know everybody knows how to spell that. No, I'm just Jerria at neighborproject.us.
All right. Perry Slade is here. Good morning to you, Perry Slade. Perry Slade is a great photographer here in the city of Aurora. His black and white photography work is awesome. You can catch him at Alley Art Festival, amongst other places. Josue Pais is here. He says, knowledge is power. That's right. He's the owner of Harry Beast Dog Parlor at Lake and Galena. And Yellowbird Books Aurora is here. They say thank you for an informative program. Well, thank you very much as well. You guys are an informative bookstore with a whole lot of information and great books. 9:22 is the time. So with the last little bit of time that we got, let's detail the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo again. Who are some of the vendors that are going to be there?
Well, first of all, we're having the wonderful food that we had last year. I think we had chicken ribs. I think she had green. I mean, it was an amazing free food. It was almost like a Sunday dinner. And I think that's 3 J's. They will be supplying again. We have the city of Aurora. The city of Aurora will be there, which I'm very excited about that. The business department, I think, is diversity, inclusion, and equity. I might have that.
Michelle Clark.
Yes, and actually Diamond Black will be there. So I'm really excited to have them. And they'll actually be speaking a little bit. And we'll be promoting a workshop that we're doing with Huntington on small business administration and different services that will be there. So those are some of the highlights. But some of the other small businesses, Jacqueline Smith, she's a curator of different small businesses. So she has about 15 or so different vendors, anywhere from clothing, from jewelry to pictures to everything, makeup, everything. So, yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff. And once again, that's going to be February 15th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Prisco Center, 150 West Illinois Avenue. This event, as with all other events with the Neighbor Project, are free and open to the public. So it's going to be a fantastic way to get connected. And I encourage you guys to all come out, not just for this Prisco Center event, but get to know the Customer Service Center at 22 North Highland as well, if you're on the west side of Aurora. And again, some of our partner networks and everything like that. I encourage you guys to also go to our Facebook page and our website as well. You can check out all the different events that we have coming up there. So 2025 looks like it's going to be an exciting and busy year.
Yeah.
Yep. So with the last little bit of time that we got, 9:24 is the time. What do you see? What do you see for the next 5 years for the Aurora family or the Aurora household? What does the outlook look like?
I think it's going to be very important to have resources for current homeowners because home ownership is expensive right now, meaning like the repairs, the property taxes, things like that. So to help people maintain their wealth, I think is going to be really critical. Home ownership will still be there. Our prices are still going to be high. So there's still going to be need to work with people as far as getting into that house. On average, it's looking on about average to purchase in Aurora, you need to have at least close to $20,000. So getting people as close to that $20,000 of down payment, and that's going to be very critical. And but I do see that we'll be stable. We'll be stable. I do believe I don't see a lot of woes. But I do think that we can be stable. But I want to make sure that the Neighbor Project is here for people, and we're making sure that we're connecting people to those resources.
Right.
So, yeah.
What comes after the Black Wealth Empowerment event?
Oh, then it's our women's empowerment. So so we'll be doing things on small business for women, and continuing on with that theme, and having things, even though it'll be open to all, but we have a couple of partners who really want to highlight resources and things that are for women business owners. So.
Okay. Any details about that yet, like the location or time or anything like that? Is that still kind of TBD?
That's still in the works, yes.
Okay.
But March 22nd is the date.
March 22nd.
March 22nd is the date for that. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So on the Neighbor Project's Facebook page, you go to the events page. That will pop up when it is ready, and you guys will see that on the page. But I encourage you to come on out for the 15th of February, the day after Valentine's Day. It's going to be a really good time, and you guys will enjoy the Black Wealth Empowerment Expo. So with the last bit of time that we got, as you know, the show ends on a positive note. Thank you for coming on the program this morning. Absolutely. Look forward to sharing everything that the Neighbor Project does continuously. The show ends on a positive note. What is your message today for the people of Aurora?
Ooh, my motto that I've been going with, that I've adopted, is I want to make sure that I'm cultivating seeds of generational wealth.
I like that. I like that. Very powerful. Very powerful. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's Good Morning Aurora episode. This was a fantastic episode with Jerria Donelson of the Neighbor Project. And last but not least, one more time, February 15th, save the date. Please come out. The event is free and open to the public, and all are welcome. Thank you very much for Jerria's time. So now we are going to transition. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Josue País. Right now, coming up next is Buenos Dias, Aurora. Estado del Mercado, the state of the market, is our new program, a new feature of Buenos Dias, Aurora, the second largest city's first bilingual news program. Aaron Rodriguez and Jorge Flores are here to talk to you guys about good debt, bad debt, and everything in between in Spanish. Take care of yourself and each other.
Being a local business in Chicago, we've always worked with community banks, but over time, those smaller banks started getting acquired by larger national footprint banks. It became time to work with Wintrust to meet our needs without having to have that big bank feel.
Wintrust understood what they wanted to accomplish, and they've increased in size 5 times over.
As we continue to grow, we're going to keep needing to borrow, so I'm sure they're going to love that.
Serving their needs. It's really the foundation of what Wintrust commercial banking is all about.